It's the all-new J-Mac News Show
You haven't heard the news until you've heard J-Mac.
on KSL News Radio.
Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us today. And you better buckle up because we are going for a ride.
This is the J-Mac News Attack.
Oh boy, here it comes. 5 points in 5 minutes about two valedictorians. Not one, but two valedictorians in Texas who declare, one during her valedictorian address, a shocking fact about their status here in the U.S.
I am one of the 11 million undocumented immigrants living in the shadows of the United States.
Some people gasped. Others stood up and applauded. The internet outrage has been significant and quite ugly.
Takeaway number 5.
Oh, the internet outrage about two valedictorians who declare themselves as undocumented or illegal. Let me read to you some of the tweets. These are all people using hashtags like hashtag Trump. They've all declared themselves as Trump supporters. This Trump supporter, you can thank the white man and white privilege for this opportunity. Don't poop on the plate you eat. This Trump supporter, so you stole the spot of an illegal you stole the spot of a legal citizen and the possible scholarship for a legal citizen. And this Trump supporter, hashtag deportation force coming to a dorm near you. My point, once again, we see the ugliness of the internet and the hatred that is so readily spewed towards others we don't know anything about. Honestly, is there no compassion left in this country?
Number 4.
My number 4 takeaway regarding these two undocumented valedictorians in the United States. Well, I want you to hear more of the comments of one of them during graduation.
At the age of 12, I was faced with the task of having to embrace and fit into a new culture. Oftentimes, my intelligence was questioned due to my background. I was also faced with the task of giving up a part of my childhood to help raise my little sister, Andrea, while my mom worked from morning until late at night. School became my safe haven because despite not having internet, a washing machine, or even my own bed, I always had knowledge at my fingertips thanks to the library at my school.
Oh, my point, she didn't choose to be here. These kids did not choose to be here. Yet they did choose to make the best of a very difficult situation. Should they be held accountable to the decisions of their parents? Many say yes. Or should they be rewarded and congratulated for their incredible decisions?
Takeaway number 3.
She says, again, her name is Larissa, by the way. This is at McKinney Boyd High School in Texas. She wants you to know something.
The most important part of the debate, and the part most often overlooked, is the fact that immigrants, undocumented or otherwise, are people too.
No, they're not people. They're objects, I guess. They're political pawns at this point. Unlike so many, I believe that most illegal immigrants come here to work and survive, not to take, as we constantly hear. Yes, there are negative effects of their immigration. There are the bad eggs for sure. But the positives are there as well if you choose to look for them.
Number 2.
She did say her family has applied for legal status, but the application has been taking forever.
We are here without official documentation because the U.S. immigration system is broken, and it has forced many families to live in fear. I myself have been waiting 7 years for my application to even be processed.
Now, many would say that her and her family should have stayed in Mexico until the application was completed. This is certainly a claim that can be made, and in general, I believe that laws should be followed. But sometimes it takes courage and a little bit of civil disobedience to raise awareness about specific issues. These two undocumented or illegal valedictorians, however you want to call them, highlight that the status quo is not working and that we need reasonable and enforceable immigration reform.
And J-Mac News Attack. Takeaway number 1.
My number 1 takeaway about two valedictorians in Texas declaring their undocumented status. Again, I think enforcement of law is important, but I also believe in the value of compassion and recognition that most of what I have in this country, most of what I have achieved, is the combination of two things. The first, the mere uncontrollable fact that I was born in this country. I don't know how that happened, but it did. And the other, my hard work and the hard work of those who came before me. Now, for others who didn't have the benefit of being born here, regardless of how hard they work, they may be starving. They may be suffering. Do we care? Or do we simply say, I was born here, you weren't, sorry, no American dream for you? It is possible. I promise you to create a solution that enforces the law, rewards law-abiding people who live here, and better controls illegal immigration. We can do all of this, I promise.
The J-Mac News Attack.